Okay, 60 seconds of background in case you've been living under a rock.
So a little background information in case you've been living under a rock.
Let me try and paint a picture for you. Okay, so Kim Davis goes to the DMV, but the office manager won't authorize the renewal of her driver's license because he's a Muslim and can't in good conscience approve of a woman driving.
What if she decided to get a driver's license and she went to the DMV and the person working there happened to be a Muslim?
Kim Davis knows a thing or two about the sanctity of marriage because she's on her fourth one. Not to mention the fact that she made babies with the man who would become husband number 3 while she was still married to husband number 1, but that's not the point, it's not the point.
Kim Davis has been married 4 times. She got pregnant with a baby from husband number 3 while somehow she was still married to husband number 1. I'll let you guys figure that out.
In the meantime, this woman has sort of become the poster girl for so-called Christian persecution in the United States.
She's become the poster child for Christian marriage.
Suppose someone with similarly pressing religious concerns had been elected county clerk at the time that Kim Davis was applying for her second marriage license. Now, suppose this person considered himself a Christian and took Jesus very seriously when he said in Matthew 19 that anyone who gets divorced and remarries has committed adultery.
You know, in Matthew 19, Jesus said that anyone who gets married and then divorced is essentially committing adultery. So I'd like to ask you, Mike Huckabee, how would you react if Kim Davis went to a county clerk maybe on her 3rd or 4th time trying to get a marriage license and they said, "Nope, sorry, it's against my deeply held religious beliefs. I believe that you're committing adultery because of what Jesus said in Matthew, so I just can't give you this marriage license."
I mean, what would she do? Would she just like throw her hands in the air and go, "Well, I don't want to violate this fella's freedom of conscience, so I'll just make my way to the next county over and get a license there"? Or would she feel victimized, discriminated against, dare I say, persecuted?
Really, you wouldn't care? So you think Kim Davis wouldn't care either and she would just walk down on to the next county because someone refused to give her her license where she lived? I don't think that would happen. I think she would feel oppressed.
This is exactly the kind of question that Mika Brzezinski recently posed to Mike Huckabee on MSNBC's Morning Joe.
Unfortunately for me, I don't have to ask you that question because you were asked the very same thing on MSNBC and played totally dumb.
Huckabee appears to be representing a not-so-trivial percentage of Americans who are fundamentally confused about which conversation is even being had at the moment. Whether or not same-sex couples have a constitutionally protected right to marriage is what we were talking about back in June before the Supreme Court made their decision. It's not what we're talking about anymore.
I think people are a little confused. June, that's when the conversation was about marriage equality. That's not what we're talking about anymore.
The controversy is about whether the freedom to practice one's religion entitles someone in Kim Davis's position to violate the constitutional rights of those she took an oath to serve. And the answer, legally, is a big, fat no.
Now we're talking about whether or not someone's personal religious beliefs can be forced onto other people. That's the conversation we're having, and the answer is a resounding no.
Kim Davis has absolutely no interest in equality. She enjoys the same rights as anybody else. What she's being denied is privilege. She wants her religious beliefs to take precedence over any rights or laws or other religious beliefs that might conflict with them. Well, she doesn't get to have that, and neither does anybody else.
These people don't want equality. They want privilege. Kim Davis is not losing any rights. She's got the same exact rights as everyone else, but she is losing the privilege. She wants her Christian faith to be more important than the religious beliefs of other people. She wants her Christian faith to be more important than the rights of other people. She wants it to be above the law. You know what? Sorry, bitch. You don't get to have that.